Okay. Um. Okay. Are we back? Are we back now, guys? Are we all back here? EP, are you still here? Good. Hopefully this doesn't end again. I just tried to restart the OBS. So, I'm not gonna tell. I'm gonna tell you, it is a pain in the ass sometimes. I'm gonna tell you, but it's the easiest one to use out there besides the Twitch Studio. You know, Twitch Studio is pretty easy to use too if you don't like the OBS of it all. You know, but they don't have support for that app anymore. So if you need help with it, you're on your own. It's Reddit people for you. You know, hey, you attended your first meeting, got into a fight for being a trans. Well, I hope you knocked them on their ass that they tried to start. I hope they tried to start the fight. I hope that if you did have to fight back, that you defended yourself and you were able to stand up to that person who was trying to bring you down. Uh huh. Right. Yeah, I kind of thought so. But didn't it feel good to stand up for yourself, though? Yeah, that's the best part when they prove your point for you. That's my favorite revenge. Honestly, that's my favorite revenge. When they're trying to prove some point and they're proving your point, best revenge. And they called you the overreactor? Okay. Hey, you know what? Maybe if your buddies were paying more attention to their classes and less attention to what I'm doing, maybe we could both learn here. You know? But then you weren't overreacting. You weren't. You were standing your ground to something that should not be taken light for. Now, there's a problem here in America. There's a big problem with people with who are trans people in this world. And we are working on to correct that, people. We are in the LGBTQ. Trans is a part of LGBTQ, okay? Trans is in the letters too. And we need to support our brothers and sisters just like all of our other brothers and sisters. You know, I wish you could have been here last month. If you ever come to Minnesota in July, I will take you to a pride festival that will make you feel like you are included. I swear to God. Yeah. And they're the ones not being tolerant, right? Talk about calling pot kettling black and all that stuff. Pot kettle black, anybody? Pot kettle black, anyone? But, you know, you understand that they have a certain perspective. They've been told, there goes the camera again. Yeah. And it should be funny at this point. Why is this thing having such an issue? See, nope, that's my other cam thing. Deactivate, activate. Well, we'll see how long it stays on this time. I just keep it on that and I just activate it and deactivate it when it acts up. And thank you for letting me know that's going on because that's not a me issue. The next time it happens, I want to know when it happens because I want to see what my frame rate and all of that stuff was at. I cut practically everything else down. You know? Looks like it's just a talking day to me. It's okay. I like working with you, Marshall. I mean, as your Twitch dad, I'm proud of you for standing your ground on that. You know? They do, though. They do get harassed for being Christians, though. Christians are just as much, even though I'm a Wiccan. I'm a witch, okay? I'm the exact opposite of a Christian. Only I don't do evil spells in my basement. I don't sacrifice babies to all the gods. And I don't do any kind of bloodletting to get the kind of future I want, okay? That's not how it works, people. That's in the movies. But a person who lives the life that I live lives within nature and lives within the elements, understanding that we are a part of all things great and small in this world, that we are truly connected, and how that connection translates to our real world. But that's my faith. I'm not going to tell you what God to believe in. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that you're a Christian. Good for you. I'm not. Thank you. Bye. You know, and I have to respect them or they won't respect me. You know? Let's see if I can get a puff out of this tobacco. The problem is that most of the time when people are pointing things out about you, they're more worried about what's going on in themselves. They don't honestly understand what it is you have to deal with every day between two different ideas in your head, and what a struggle that is to keep yourself intact when people are trying to tear you down. You know? It's not fun when bullies and people judge you for who you are. I mean, I never told a single person I talked to invisible people when I was growing up. Not a single person except my psychologist or psychiatrist at the time. And I freaked them out so bad they stopped wanting to be my shrink because I would tell them things I shouldn't have known. Oops, my bad. Didn't know I wasn't supposed to do that. What? You're not on today? Oh my God, what? Would you go take a vacation or something? Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess I'm not doing that. You know? Okay. I don't know what's going on today, but it's a slow one out there today. I don't even see half the people I normally see on at this time. At this point, I'm going to play Stream Raiders with my friend Cleo. Yeah, and I appreciate that you're here. I don't expect you to be here, EP. If you got things to do and things to be doing with, and I think the reason you'd like to be with me is because someone who actually can hear you and see you, even though we're not talking through words here. I don't know what you look like. I have no idea. I have an idea from the pictures you sent me what your style and choices are, but not an actual who you are as a person picture, and I don't need that because I see your soul, and that's what I see the most, you know, and just being a part of somebody else's stream, somebody else's life, somebody else's anything is a privilege and an honor for me. You know, I don't take my family lightly. I protect my family very, very well. When my protections start to wash all over you just because you are important to me, you will start to see your life improve. So just because I'm in your life, maybe sometimes your life will improve. But the point of me is that I took my negative life and I turned it into a positive life. I took my depression and I turned it into power. I turned my anxiety into a gift. I turned my weird feelings and things that I don't know how to explain. I listen to invisible people. They should lock me up in a padded room somewhere, and I should be going with a helmet on and a drool cup going. Okay, but I'm not. You know, like I said, I was trying to say before, I should be the most evil, vindictive, mean person you've ever met in your life. The way I was treated. My dad wasn't there to begin with. Bullied constantly by people I thought were my friends. The only reason I had friends is because my friends were my bullies. And I had a couple of handful of real friends. But those were at school. Those weren't around the trailer park where I could go play with. Okay? I was abused sexually by a babysitter. There was a point in my life where I actually thought about turning into the evil bastard that person was in my life. And don't you think I had a stark wake up call when that thing went through my head? But that woke me up and showed me that that's not who I wanted to be. That's not the kind of person I wanted to be. I didn't want to become the monster. I wanted to be the hero. You know, and that's what kept me going. I believed in the dream. I believed that everything I was going through was for a reason, even if I didn't understand it at the time. And a lot of the times going through what I went through, I didn't understand it. I cursed God. I said, I will never love you ever again. And I cursed the world and I cursed all of you. You know, before I was a witch, you know, before I was anything, I was an atheist. I didn't believe in shit. And the thing that woke me up was that I couldn't not believe anymore. These people that were in my life who had been giving me the advice my whole life, the things that I listened to that have helped me through every stage of it, having guides you can actually communicate with too, making all the difference, I'm going to say, you know? And I'm not trying to say my life was worse than your life, okay? I'm not. Because I did not go through the same things you went through exactly. I can kind of relate to what you went through, but I did not live your life. And only you and you alone can control that destiny. So when you say to me, how do I get a dream like that? It's a promise to yourself. It's a promise that you will someday see that future. And you believe in that promise. And that's the only promise you keep until you see it come true. And it literally is what made everything in my life possible to this day. But I had to do the work too. Up until about 6 years ago, I was a complete mess of a person. And I mean that. I was a mess of a person. I was the most depressed I'd ever been. I was ready to end my life so quickly it wasn't even funny. All I wanted was for one person to look at me like I looked at them, to do more for me than I ever did for them. Just one. Just one. And my wife was probably the only thing there that I could hang on to at the time. And she watched me go through the hardest depression of my life and never gave up on me once. She supported me and told me what she thought would help. And I went to therapy for the first time in a long time, since I was a kid, basically. And I talked about everything I was going through with that therapist, and going every week to talk about this stuff and getting closer and closer to understanding why I do the things I do and really resolving some of my old issues that I had. Finally being at peace with it. You know? And knowing that I did the right thing. That I could have done a lot more harm in this world than I did. I'm a big dude. Don't think that my anger hasn't gotten in the way of my happiness sometimes. I have a very big anger control problem sometimes. From all of the stuff that was done to me, some of it built up in there. As much of a kind, compassionate guy I am, still, you know, still I try to be better. Even now, even though I got what I consider my best life right now, I'm still trying to make it even better than it is right now. To make tomorrow be as much of a good day as today was. My mantra, I will have the best day ever, didn't come from nowhere. It came from those counseling sessions. It was a choice. She pointed out the choice to me. And then I remembered the lessons I learned. And I looked back at my life and everything that had happened to me. And I really asked myself, if it had happened any other way, would I be the kind of person I am? The spiritual person I was at the time? And as broken as I was, I still looked out for everybody else. And people didn't appreciate me sometimes. That's okay, because I'm learning to appreciate, had to learn to appreciate myself and not be worried about the judgment of others. And I've had a big problem with people judging me in my life, you know? And then I come here and I say, will you please judge me? You know? Because I want that acceptance as much as you guys want that acceptance, you know? It hasn't been easy. It hasn't, Marshall. But the best part of making your destiny come true is when you finally see that all of it happened for a reason, and you really, really see the crescendo moment where you step past that destiny line and you actually become something close to what you imagined, closer than you ever thought you could be. Trust me, you will never look at life the same way ever again. Best decision I ever made in my life was when I dropped my worry. Best decision of my life when I let go of my pain. Best decision of my life when I finally set myself free of the chains I'd put on myself up until that point. And I'm talking about chains. The chains of walking around in worry every day of every moment was exhausting. I didn't do that anymore. Not seeing the best parts of my day. Walking around in misery wasn't going to make me happy, so I decided to be happy. My anxieties weren't so bad that I couldn't control them or learn to control them. That's what therapy's for. Okay, we can do this. And little by little, stone by stone, brick by brick, I built the new me. But I did this time. Not the universe, not my friends, not my wife. I did this. For me. It started off as a promise to my mom, but it ended up being a promise to myself. Gotta remember that my mom was in the hospital the last time I was in a hospital for my mental issues. I was in a 72-hour suicide watch at the time. And my mom had called me up about the day I got in there, told me there was some kind of a heart issue with her, and that they was going to be scheduling a surgery next week to probably put a stent in or something, right? You know, I'm worried, but I'm in a safe place, and I know she's being taken care of by her doctors, and I know my dad's there to help support her, but I'm a worrywart, so I constantly worry. And I start saying to myself, I got to get out of here because my mom's in the hospital right now. I need to get out now. They wouldn't let me out because I was on a 72-hour hold. They don't let you out for shit on a 72-hour hold. You wait 72 hours until you can get out of that place. Even if your parent is dying. And that's what happened. My parent died 2 days later while I was still in the hospital. And I thought to myself, look at what all of this has done. It took me away from the one person that meant the most to me in my life, that was always there to support me in my life, that never gave up on me in my life, that constantly helped me strive to be a better man in my life, who always looked out for me, always loved me with absolute unconditional love and absolute unconditional trust. And I did accuse her of being not that way. I did. In my lowest point, I'm very, very, very upset to say this, but I said to my mom, you don't love me unconditionally. You don't trust me unconditionally. That was what really hurt, because she knew just how much she did love me. And that everything she did was for me. It wasn't for her. Her dreams were being put on hold so I could have my own. You know? And that woke me up like nothing else woke me up ever before, because I finally realized whatever all of this shit was doing to me in my life, all this stuff was giving me, was just more misery and pain. Why did I want to do that to myself any longer? So I shut the door on that person. I buried that person. I burned that person into a crisp. And that person is no longer an existing part of who I am. He is the life lessons of what I've learned, but I am not that person anymore. I am this person. I am not an old Josh. I am not the what you want and expect Josh. I am me. I am the Josh for my life, you know? And it's important that we take pride in who we are as people, but not get so conceited that we can't see that we can repair some things either. I don't know what's going on today. It's slow as hell out there today. Oh, Demi. Hey, Demi. Want a reading? Gotcha. All right. Demi, welcome to the reading room. Demi to the reading room. It's your turn. How's it going, son? What can I help you with today? What do you want to know? It's been really good talking with you, Marshall, if you're still around. Okay. Let me get him in the right spot for you, my friend. Yeah, I think this is where they want them. Here are your two official shuffles, my friend. 1, 2. 1, 2. And should you try with the girl you've been talking about these last couple of days, so D, I think that the experience of anything that you try to do in this world is a good experience to do. But in this case, it's saying to feed yourself that what you need. And I know you've been looking for something to fill that part of that love part of yourself that you want to have filled, to share your journey with somebody, to be able to have that person who will unequivocally love you back in return. And this girl is an experience. And I think that she can be something that you can learn there, but also feed your soul with as well. I do believe that as long as you know she's single, as long as you know that she's available, then yeah, I think you should do it. But if you have an inkling that she's already with somebody, it's not going to work. You know? Um, what I'm feeling more for you than anything right now is that this girl might be the experience you need to have right now, feeding yourself that which you need instead of what you want. Is she fulfilling your need or is she fulfilling your want? Right? And does she make you feel like you could grow with her? Does this look like a place where I can be a part of her and we can grow together? Can we plant those seeds together? Can we grow together? Can we both bring the sunshine? Can we both bring the emotion? Can we both bring that that thought and introspection into our lives again? Can we put the right seeds down in the ground to make grow into something? And then the Forge card is all about getting your engine red hot and going towards that goal and dream that you have in your head. And I know you have two of them, and they're kind of a dual dream in the same place. And that Forge card is usually about taking what has been given to you and turning it into something. So maybe, just maybe, this is being given to you to try something, to turn it into something, maybe. And last but not least, you got the Home card. And the Home card is all about feeling at home within yourself, like you feel now without your parents there and you don't have anybody telling you how to live or what to do or how to do it right now. This independent moment we're having right now, knowing ourselves and the trueness of what we want, the trueness of who we are, we're ready to let someone into our home. We're ready to share our life with somebody. They might be ready to do that too. I am feeling that it's an opportunity. I'm not going to say soulmate. I'm not going to say twin flame yet because I'm feeling like there's a little bit of discovery that needs to happen naturally. Not that they're not telling me. It's okay. You know? And what I'm feeling is like I said, this experience part is what's getting me to say go for it. Because if they were trying to tell you to stop, they would have put out a couple different cards there. And they're telling you to feed yourself that which feeds your insides. And I know what you're looking for in a person. And I think if this person matches that, you should always give it a shot. But now you're ready to share your life with that person or share your journey with someone. You know? And I don't know, I think this one might be good for you. You know, remember when we were talking about that girl in between the girl thingy? Yeah. Remember, and I don't want to bring too much about it, but remember when we were talking about that girl that could be in between? She could be the in between before you get to the one that's actually ready for you, you know? And when we were talking about that possibility, or she could just be the one. But I'm kind of gun shy at saying that at this point because I get conflicting messages sometimes from them. Sometimes they want to tell me, yeah, this is the right move for him. And I believe this is the right move for you to try, at least try. At least you know you tried. And you keep trying to prove to not yourself, not to anybody else, just to know that you can be accepted. All you're asking is to share your journey with someone. And no one's taken the the bait yet, you know. But yeah. Okay. We'll see you in a little bit, buddy. I'm going to give it till 11 o'clock. And if I don't get... I usually have a lot more people in here by now. So I'm wondering, where is everybody? Where's Crypto? Where's Jing? Where's... a bunch of my favorite people? It's Thursday, right? I mean, oh, your soul. How do I describe what a soul looks like and your Pacific soul looks like? See, when I do this, this in between this monitor thing, what I see is what they're telling me, and I also have this intuition about you as well. Like I can almost see you sitting at your desk right now with your hands like this on there. I don't know if my camera's still working here. Okay, good. Like this, kind of sitting there looking right at the camera or the screen, and you're watching me there, And when I'm doing this energy exchange between us, I see the masculinity within you. I also see the kindness and generosity within you. I see the person who was lost and truly, truly trying to find a braver new way forward. I see the person who is confused and conflicted about certain things in their life that they want a certain way, but I'm still working out how to get those things when I want them to happen. I'm also seeing a man who's taking the time to really consider how they look today. Not a lot of men do this. You know that, right? We just throw some shit on, and sometimes it's like, that's what I got. I actually had to wash this shirt again because it got too dirty for me. You know? No, but it's too hot to wear a full t-shirt in this thing. I got to wear something without sleeves on it, in order to wear my shirt on that. Especially in summer. So it looks like I got a bare chest on there, and I can see the bare chest Joshua. Okay, whatever. But I don't want to show you my big ass belly. Got to see my belly. Oh no. Not that. Oh. I see a man who's sometimes ashamed of who he is, and a man who's very proud of who he is. At least the old you. Sometimes ashamed of the old person you say, that everyone said you were. Kind of ashamed of that part of you, but still trying to find a way to incorporate it all together because you can't leave her behind. She's always going to be a small part of you no matter how much you want to. I have a small Sarah left in me, trust me. And I'm glad she's still there because she's helped me connect with people in a lot of more ways than a lot of men don't. Yeah, so, kind of, and I don't know why, but that's the kind of vision I get. And your soul kind of looks like, well, most souls look like a jumbo. It's kind of like fireflies with light in the fireflies, and some people can be like different colors. Sometimes you have more of a blue-green hue, but that's more of your aura, not your soul. That's kind of what your soul emanates, but you've got this kind of the um, emotional, grounded sense of you, an earth water kind of a soul. Kind of like mixing water and earth together, but in a nice way. You're like the piece of land with the lake kind of a thing. So so let her fill her life with hate, fill yours with forgiveness, fill yours with love, fill yours with compassion, because all that person did to themselves was stab them in the heart and hurt their soul a little bit more today by doing that to somebody. And you don't need to be calling her names either. And you have strong emotions, just like I have strong emotions. Okay? Those are a part. Oh, that was your name. Okay. What can I ask you why? Okay, she's dead though. We don't have to worry about her anymore. She's gone, so we don't need to worry about her. But can you explain to me why you feel like she was that in the first place? That homophobic bitch. Like what? Why did you believe? Why did Mari believe the things that she did to start with, and how did that change from? Yeah, well, I know it's your real, actual legal name, but I call you Marshall. I don't care what your um name is on a piece of paper. I know what you call yourself. You know, so Mari. You know, okay. And I'm sorry, I didn't. I was shown. Okay. So, and do you feel like you have a split personality there somewhere, or do you feel like she's a part of you somehow or some way? I mean, I'm really asking. You know. Okay, that explains all I need to know. You know, and I bet that wasn't difficult. And when we had to put her to bed, when we finally had to make her die and be no longer a part of us, that's when Marshall was born. And I think we worked on that together. Yeah, she's dead as fuck. So, you know, she's gone to her resting place and she can be right where she's at and we don't need to bother her anymore. You know? Marshall's in the house. Marshall's in the house. You know? I can't do that right now. And that's going to change, right? Do you have plans to have the surgery? To have your name legally changed? And why haven't you done the name change already? Oh, that's right. Are you still in school? Are you still yeah. Oh, okay. Something you can't control, right? Yeah. Telling you. Come here to Minnesota, USA. You're never going to feel like that ever again. But that's my view on the world. I mean, we are pretty accepting here in Minnesota. We've got one of the biggest LGBTQ communities in America. Our governor is actually a advocate for all gay, lesbian, and bi people. But you know, hey, sometimes you got to get away from the things that are causing you the most pain and to start that new life as Marshall. You know, might be what you need, but I can't sit here and tell you that's what you need to do with your life. Okay, I mean, that's got to be something that's really personal for you to decide to do. I mean, that's picking yourself up and moving yourself to some place you aren't exactly sure of. Well, at least you know you have one buddy here if you ever decide to come over. Take you out of the mall and everything. We got a big ass mall. I can tell you, if you are a shopper, you liked it. You would love some of the the male driven stuff in there because they've got everything from outdoorsy kind of stuff like you showed me you like to do, and I mean actual. You can golf in there, you can ski in there, you can do a bunch of things in there. Got a movie theater. They've got an amusement park in the middle of the goddamn mall. It's kind of fun being here. I'm not gonna lie. We do get all four seasons, so If you're not a fan of snow, I wouldn't suggest coming here. It might not be the best idea for you. If you can't handle cold well, maybe you might want to rethink the Minnesota idea. You know, it's kind of got to be kind of cold and heat tolerant. You've got to be used to the bitter, bitter cold in the winter and the humid hot in the summers. That's what we get. And we're tornado world here. We don't get earthquakes. We don't get the big ass things. We get the windstorms and the tornadoes. That's what we get here in Minnesota. And tell you, those are scary enough as it is. I hate to be a place that gets an earthquake or something like that. Shit. Just saying. Hey, Marshall. I'm going to go see if I can find another actual tobacco fucker out there for a second. Get up and stretch for a second. So I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. You okay with that? Or if you want to have an offline conversation, you know, as soon as I check in with my friend Dini, which is what I want to do after this stream, so I'm probably going to be ending soon, and I don't even know who I'm going to raid to because there's just absolutely no one out there today. Well, we're going to go see Chilled Leo then. If I don't see some of the other people who are normally on at this time, but we'll probably go see Chilled Leo for a second, but I'll be right back. I'm not going to go anywhere quite yet. I'll stick around till like 11:30 and then go. So I'll be right back. In the song, into the right woods I know, I belong. Open up the door to me, open up the door, show me how to be. I open up the door and I finally see stars align above my head, guiding me through the night. With every step I feel the pull, the magic of the light. In the shadows I find strength, in the silence I find peace. The universe within my grasp, my soul's sweet release. I am the wind, I am the rain, I am the earth, I am the flame. Open the door, in the dance of life I find my name. In the song of stars I stake my claim. Whispers came upon the tree as the moon rose to the sky. Sun came up behind the clouds as I became divine. On the wind so bold as the rain washed me clean. Now I feel free. The earth grounded me to bed as the spirit took now hold. I dance in the ether, I dance in the song, into the right woods I know, yeah, I belong. Open up the door to me, open up the door, show me how to be. I open up the door and I finally see stars align above my head, guiding me through the night. With every step I feel the pull, the magic of the light. In the shadows I find strength, in the silence I find peace. The universe within my grasp, my soul's sweet release. I am the wind, I am the rain, I am the earth, I am the flame. Open the door, in the dance of life I find my name. In the song of stars I stake my claim.
In the silence I find peace. The universe within. To the darkness after you're free to take flight. When does the dream begin again? When does the moment move me to the end? And what will be, what will always take again? For the shadow has become one with all that is unknown. So the spirit dwells within, thus swallow its brilliant load. But I don't know what was wrong with life, 'cause I lived in every day. Every second, every hour I fade. Why can't I just crawl into the grave?
I'm back.
So I shine a light within again and again. And the spark becomes
How's the music? Can I have it a little up today, or is it too loud?
with the light as it dances on the willow.
Thanks for letting me go get some tobacco.
Shadows swallow me. I feel God lost within. I feel the lightning as I begin
I'm all out of tobacco till the 3rd, or until I can get to the store. And right now I don't have any money to get to a store, so it's okay. I'll live.
This is not
My bitter end, transformation, that's all, my friends.
with the light as it dances on
The willow shale,
so
shadows
shadows
on
swallow
the
me.
peak,
I feel the
lost but free.
I
I
feel
feel
the
the
light
pain.
as I
Begin to slowly roll away, away, away. This is not my bitter end. It's a transformation, that's all, my friends. So I bring you down to the heart, girl, that I found. Trust, I found a trust above with the Lord and Lady. Just letting the song finish out, man. I love this song. My destiny. Pretty music. If you ever want to hear more of the pretty music, let me know, guys. I'm more than willing to play it during stream. When we're having conversations like this, as long as it's not too loud for you guys. If you guys like the music, I'll play the music. No, I think I'm gonna put the cards away and just have talk with you, EP Marshall. So, Marshall, well, about a half an hour, because I do want to go talk to my friend Demi, who's waiting for me to get off stream. But he's playing games anyway, so I'll let him play for a while. So, what else would you like to talk about, Marshall? I mean, what else is there that what motivates you, and what what are those things that you see in your head that make that future? Can we write those down? And can they be check marks that you check off that you've accomplished and done in your life? Let me show you. I cannot show you all the works that I have done in this world, but I can show you most of them. My first book, my life story up until I turned 18 years old. That's what this was about. All of this here is about all of that happened to me, including my earliest, most vivid stories because I was a story writer, so I wrote stories. And also, I told about my life and what I had been through up till that point. There was a project in school that helped me define that book. What face? Your face? No, I haven't seen your face. You know? And then I wrote this book about the 10 lives that I've lived. We'll get to your reading in just a second, Jing. Thanks for popping in. I was about ready to be done. You're first. Don't worry. And then I had this poetry book that I wrote. There's a lot of my love poems in here. A lot of the good, squishy, good stuff is in here. I also have one that's darker. But that's not published. All right, Jingy. We're going to help Jing out. Let me get him in the right spot, Jing. Always wondering what's coming for you. I'm about to say, you know that tickle monster in the closet? It's going to come get you. It's a tickle monster. It's okay. Come on, guys. Give me a reading for Jing today. Please help me, guys. Help me, help me, help me. Okay, you got it. Here are your 10 official shuffles, my lady. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. No God cards. That's amazing for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and the 18th card is on top. What's coming for Jingy? And this new adventure she's about to embark on. I think you just mean in general. But, yeah, I knew you were coming up. I knew I'd see you again. And it kind of returns back to the same thing we were talking about before. A time for you to extinguish the old flames and finally put those out and put them to rest. So those aren't the energies that affect your life anymore. The putting out the fires of saying, I'm going to move on, I'm going to forget, I'm going to forgive, and I'm going to just live my life happier. Now that you're not here, great, whatever. Okay? But extinguishing the fires also means your own self too as well. And extinguishing... Okay, I'll check it. Did you send it in... oh, okay. I'll look at it and sharing stuff in just a second. I'm going to be going to Discord in just a second anyway, so... I'll get... Here, give me a second. But Jing, you know... And you didn't have to do that, Marshall, but thank you for sharing. That's what sharing stuff is for. But Jing, that's what it is going to be about for a little bit. It's about putting out the old flames, getting your life back on track, getting yourself stable again, making sure that there aren't any other fires out there we need to worry about. We know what we want to do now, and we need to concentrate on what we need to do now. And then basking in the sun around your friends again. Like I've been telling you, it's going to be getting around your friends again. People who are more open-minded, light, happy, joyful. The people that kind of inspire you to see just how good you got it now. You know, and they're the support that you need in your life. You still are responsible for taking in that joy and taking in that light into your very soul. And I think it will be about learning how to love yourself and learning to love the people who surround you again, the people who really matter, who want to be there. And learning to listen to your ancient voices inside of yourself. As you have come to me for these messages, start to listen to the messages that yourself are trying to tell you as well. Pay as much attention to those as you pay attention to me, because they have given you the roadmap to happiness here. They have given you prime examples of good and bad, and what will make you happy and what won't make you happy. They have given you all of this knowledge as a gift. so that you can use that knowledge. You still have to claim the power, Jing. And claiming your power and saying, this is what I want my life to be like now. This is what I want my journey to be now. This is what I want from the universe now. What do I have to give up to have that? All of my old baggage, all of my old stress, all of my old pain, all of my old hurt, all of my old everything. You claim your power. And you step up to the universe and then you say, I am ready to listen. Just like some things in life, Jing, you know that this is all about you telling how the universe what you want. I'll get to that in a second, okay, there, EP? But because I want to finish her reading first and then I can get to yours. Because I feel like this is your power moment, Jing. This is the moment that defines the rest of your future. This is the moment, and this will be the thing that coming for you is you owning that power. And you will do it by extinguishing the old flames, the old power that used to rule you, have power over you. Rather than having power over you, you know we're going to have power with. Not power over or under, power with. And when you have power with something, that means you have more power than any other. If you think you have more power than the other, then how do we balance it? You know, I'm going to get to that question too. But it's all about you stepping up to the plate and starting to say, I will live the life I say I want to live too. I will start walking that path. If I can't walk that path, then of course the world's going to come to remind you why it was important to do it in the first place. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to give you a warning that if you keep going down that path, you're going to end up in a way worse spot than you began with. So they give you that little 2x4 kick in the butt to remind you not to stay complacent and in that same place you used to be, so that you get up off of your ass and actually move, you know? And I want to talk with EP about that balancing stuff. Okay, here's how you balance that. And it's very easy for me to tell you how to do this. Okay? It's called grounding. Yes, of course you can ask another question. I just want to finish talking to EP about this first, and then we can get on to another question, okay? And what I want you to imagine is yourself full of everything you don't want in your life right here. All that emotion that you are carrying with you. And all we're going to do is imagine ourselves draining, like you're drinking something out of a cup and you're seeing the actual level of that soda or that water go down. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to visualize pushing all of this stuff down and down and down. We're collecting all of the crap to push it out into the earth. Okay? And we're going to keep pushing, and as we are pushing all of this stuff without of ourselves, energetically, use prayer, use your imagination, use your will, use your intent when we're doing this, use your power source. When you say you're clearing yourself of this stuff, you're emptying all that which you do not need and only keeping that which you do need. Things that will help you grow and change in positive ways. Everything else is going to get emptied out of you. And you're going to drain that bad bitch and that reservoir. And if that means by the end of it, you're crying, you're sobbing, you're laughing, you're whatevering, then you finally did the job that you needed to do job. Right? Because you let it all out. And you left it on the earth where it belonged. That's called grounding. And you ground yourself to the ground. You empty yourself out. And you imagine your whole being just emptying out like, you know, like I said, slowly, little by little, like you're drinking the last bits of your favorite soda, you know? And then you see it finally go empty and it's gone. But you got to fill it up with something in return, okay? You have to fill that void up in order not to have it fill with more junk again. So you have to do the second part, which is centering, where you pull all of the good parts of yourself together again. You call out to the whole universe, stretch your arms as wide as you can, and call to the best parts of yourself to return to you. Say, the best parts of me return, 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 return. The best parts of me return, 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 return. And imagine all the parts that have been missing and lost, all the things that you have wanted in your life suddenly starting to gather within you. And then imagine that light refilling your cup up again, little by little, stone by stone, brick by brick, filling yourself with that energy. And I do this 3 times every morning. I do one for my physical body, one for my mental mind, and one for my spiritual soul. So I do this 3 times. It takes about 15 minutes a day for me to do it before I come on stream. It's called grounding and centering. And it will help you. As the kids like to say, touch grass. Well, that's what grounding is. It's touching grass and realizing just how much you are. So you want to rebalance that earth out, that water out, right? Go hug a tree. I'm serious. Go hug a tree. Because it will take from you the excess shit you don't need. It's a natural grounding tool. Now, I know you're going to look silly hugging a tree, but I'm a tree hugger. Okay, Jang. Career. Kind of implied when you have to claim your own power and stuff like that, what your career is going to be like. You claim your power, you do whatever the fuck you want. Let me get these cards cleared for you. But that's the best way to rebalance yourself out. Okay, Marshall? Okay, here we go. 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the 13th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 is your cards for your career. Interesting stuff here. So, Jing, the career thingy. I think you're not utilizing some of the tools that you already have to create the thing you're looking for. I don't know if this is something that you will actually create or something that's already been created that you can become a part of. But there's a lot of your essential parts of who you are as a career woman that can be an asset to people, but it also requires you to take that future in your own 2 hands and kind of mold it into what you want it to be. So even though the place has been prepared, you still have to put the pot in the kennel in order to get it to be cured, right? So they're saying basically that in career, they need you to take another look at all of your good attributes as far as career goes and what you actually want to do in career and reshape that in a way that fits your new way of being, right? And it's got to be a place where it is going to be a place where you're going to grow at. And they're saying that your next career that's coming for you is one where you can grow from the bottom up, from the very tiniest of seeds up to the tall oak tree and grand elder that you will be someday, right? So that means we're going to be taking in new growth and new ideas and new experiences. They're going to give us options and many different ways of taking the world in. Like they're going to give us positives from time to time. Maybe overwhelming positive emotions can be overwhelming. I think it will have a lot to do with that because that's where you feel like you can grow in the most. You know, it's tied into that. You know what I'm saying? And that these 2 cards are very much tied into one another. And when we're talking about the education that you attend and what you say, you know, is there a relation between it? Well, if you take your own future into your own hands and you mold it into that shape, then of course yes, it will be exactly what you're going to study for because that's you molding yourself into the shape you want yourself to be. Right? Right. So we're molding ourselves into that businesswoman. We're becoming and learning how to do that. We've got to do that first, and then we got to grow along the way, taking in the good things, the emotional things, the good ideas, and feeling firmly grounded where we're at. And I do believe that you will get that because you've also got the experience card here as well. So it'll be a job of experiences, of learning how to fulfill need for yourself and for others. You know, like in business, we have to learn that give and take culture. In order to understand the consumer, you must first understood what they need in order to give them what they want, right? And that's the whole point of consumerism. I have something you want, I solve a problem for you or something that I can do for you that nobody else can do. What can I do for you that nobody else can do like I can do it? I am going to give you those experiences so that you will be able to do that as well in business. So maybe an apprenticeship where you learn as you go kind of a deal too would probably be something I would see in that future of yours. And what I see is you going out and experiencing and actually doing the job you say you want yourself to do. Does Jing want to be CEO of her own company someday? Does she just want to have the business fortitude to help for whatever reasons she wants that? I don't know what you want to do in business, but once you study business and understand how businesses work, and stuff like that, well then of course you will become exactly what you hope yourself to be. And back to that original question of what is coming for you in career, it's basically you manifesting it into being that career. You put yourself back in the forge to get yourself ready to be worked on. I don't know. You tell me. Are you going to forge yourself into that CEO or are you going to let people tell you who you're going to be? Jing, come on now. Hello? Are you going to be a CEO or not? Tell me. Are you? You tell me. That's what the universe is saying. Hey, take your future in your own hands and mold it to what you be. Say, I am going to be a CEO. That's what you're molding yourself into being. You will grow that way. You will learn what you have to learn to become that. It's far away now, but it won't be forever. You know what it takes to, okay, I know you live in a way different country than me, okay? I know you live in a way different way of thinking than the United States of America, okay? Right? You're not in the same country as me. I think it's a lot quicker than you think it will be. Yeah. And I know that in certain parts of your region and parts of where you live at, there's a yeah, there's a lighter version and a more hardcore version of it. I don't know if it's east side, west side, or if it's something like that. Don't worry about it. You never have to apologize to me, EP. Never ever have to apologize for something the internet does. You know? At least my camera stopped glitching. But Jing, the thing that I feel most about your career is that when I talk about claiming your power, I talk about you claiming it all. Who you want to be as a person, what you want in a career, what you want in a mate, what you want in a life. And you send that to the universe with that only thought in your brain. You say, universe, tell me how to get there. It's going to require you giving up some of the old stuff to get the new stuff, but I think you're pretty good at doing that anyway. And I love you and care for you. You're like a Twitch sister. I should have Twitch sisters too. You're like my Twitch sister. I look out for my sister. You're not, you know, good. Stop letting people tell you who you're going to be and decide who you're going to be, and then go be it. Nothing stops you but you. You're your own worst enemy. I'm my own worst enemy. If Fuck, you don't know how many times I told myself I couldn't do something and then went right around it and did it anyway? You know how many times I sat there trying to figure something out over and over and over again and not really understanding why I couldn't get that? There have been certain times. It's okay. Take a rest right now. You deserve a rest right now. You just got out of a toxic relationship. You're re-evaluating your life and your choices. You're getting a lot of all of this stuff already. Let that stuff calm down first. Let yourself heal from that a little bit first before we jump into some new stress and anxiety, okay? It's a different kind of stress. It's a different kind of anxiety, though. At least you'll be working towards something positive for a change. It is a bit overwhelming. I was a CEO of my own company, Jing. It is not an easy job to run a company. You really, really have to consider a lot of different things. And I didn't do any kind of business classes. I just did it. I started my own company. I knew how to file the correct paperwork for it. In my country, not so hard to start a business here. Okay? Getting funding for that business is a different issue, but starting one, nah, it's a piece of paper I sign and say I'm a legal business here in Minnesota. They give me a rubber stamp and a tax ID number so I can claim taxes. That's it. That's pretty much it. That's how all these sub companies get created in things, because people, you can go out and create any job you want, even if it's a job within the job. You know, and then and then all I have to do is make sure I have a good budget. I have to put it together. I still have to had to put together a proposal for my business, how my business was going to work, how it was going to be structured, what I was going to do with the business, what my customers were going to be like, where my target area for those customers were. It's a lot of research, and being disabled as I am, even though I didn't read it in a book, I understood how it worked because I had worked in customer service and that kind of job my whole life. I had learned and saw. I always started from the bottom and worked my way up. Every single chance I could get, I got higher on the totem pole because of my work ethic and because of what I was willing to do. You know? But I had to put things aside for that business that I wasn't really ready to give up on yet. I was really going to have to be committed to that business and only that business for a while. And I was just trying to sell my paintings and my staffs and the things that I created online. When I couldn't find people to sell them to, I started giving them away. And I did try to sell a fair amount of my items out there. And now most of them are out there with friends and being enjoyed or being forgotten someone's closet in a box somewhere. One of my relatives told me recently that I painted a special series for their mother and they don't know where it went to. And I said, you commissioned me to do this, right? And it was the stages of grief. I bet I could. I wonder if I can pull up a picture. God, I gotta go to Facebook. Let me show you. All right, closing the queue down as of now. It's show and tell time. If Tansy were here, it'd be story time. Let me see if I can find something and show you some stuff on screen here of the things that I've done. Bragging time. I know Dreamy's waiting for me here, so just a little bit longer. Show and tell time, and then I'll go say hi to my friend. Looks like he's still playing his game anyway, so I've got to get the right page open first, so bear with me. No, I don't want no profits. I want my photos, you bitchin'. Ugh, wrong photos. Oh, yeah, let me go look at that real quick. I almost forgot to go look. Sharing stuff, time. Let me go looky. Well, you look really good there. That's a really nice look for you. God. Yeah, I like it. You have a really nice male face, too. You have a really strong jawline, and you look like a lot of young men here in America. I'll tell you that. You, no one would ever guess. No one would ever guess here. You were born a different way. That's amazing. You're beautiful. If I were younger, I'd have hit that. All right, let me see what I can find here. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. And window capture. Turning on the window capture device. And we're going to go. Where is it? Here we go. It's going to be big screen for a second, guys. But this is my artwork. Yes, I did see you, though. I said if I were a younger man, I'd have hit that. I mean, from a male perspective. I mean, from a bisexual male perspective, if I'd met you out there as a man, I would have wanted to date you. Oh, fucking Christ. Really? Well, can you see what's on the screen right now, EP? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of art I do. And you can see some staffs here that I created as well. That's usually my artwork. And then my staves. I don't have them all there, so it's kind of hard to show them all. Here's more of my artwork, or gifts as I call them. I made this chest for a character here in Minnesota who plays a fairy every Renaissance Festival season. And I was enamored with her and her magic because she had a sense of magic about her. So I created this treasure chest for her because I wanted people to be able to give her gifts like she gave everybody else. So it was my way to say thank you for everything she did for people, because she was one of the most uniquely kind souls I ever met. And we did become sort of friends a little, but not complete friends. So, let's see here. What else do I have to show you? I think that's it. My book covers. Okay, here are my book covers. I don't have some of them. Let me show you. I can show you my other, see, my business page is in there too. Go home, blah, blah, blah. Where is it? Groups. Nope. It is page. Where are my pages? Page. Oh, never mind. And this is my darker poetry. Yeah, but I mean, I think that will be taken care of with the hormones and stuff like that, you know? You'll get that facial hair in there, you know? I could see you with a very nice knit goatee there, or even a nice little side beard, or are you talking like what I've got here? But, oh, gosh, what the fuck is this? So this is my other poetry book that didn't get published. It's online. You can read it all online for free. But that's about the only other thing I've done there. All right, enough show and tell there. So that's basically everything that I've pretty much done a lot. I have a lot more than that, but that's as much as I personally saved in pictures and stuff like that. But, you know, telling you, I had, and same thing goes for you, my friend, When I look at that face, and if I put a full beard on there, that might look good too. I think a goatee would look great on that. Like a goatee, just a mustache and a nice little small beard like that. I think that would look really good on that. I think that'd look sharp. But that's your style. You decide what it's going to be. I like it. I like it a lot. Shit. Handsome man you are. What a handsome man you are. Okay, Jing. I love you. Take care. I'm getting out of here anyway. My marble guy isn't here today. My tarot girl isn't here today. At least I don't see her here yet. But my stoner girl is here today. Let's go find out what she's doing. She's playing Stream Raiders. Well, So you'd rather have a full beard then? Okay. I still think that would look good. I'm just that's my opinion. Like I said, I don't know where everyone is at today. Like all of my normal people we're normally on are like gone today. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take y'all to Lyra. I know. I love that girl so much. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. So, guys, I'm going to get out of here for today. Just lots of low energy. Some things going on. Yeah? Oh, yeah, Dallas. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. So, anyway, we're going to go see Lyra and go give her some love. Because every chance I get to go say hi to her, I do. I'm a glutton for punishment. She's my Twitch daughter. And then I'm going to go say hi to my friend first. And then I will see you guys in another day. See you tomorrow, guys.
Question is, what do I do about this job search? Okay. Okay, you'll be next after ghosting. Okay. Oh, she's gonna call in. Cool. Uh-oh, hold on. I also get a little bit delayed. Ahead of time. You're getting rated? Oh god. It's all, we're all good.